Alright, guys, welcome back for another FIFA 21 video. Um, I need some help. I'm addicted to Franchise by Travis Scott, bro. Big up to Travis Scott, Young Thug, and Maya, man. That track has been on my head or repeat for the past week, man. Like, I need. The last time I went through something like this, the music that I just kept playing non-stop was Ape Shit by Beyonce and Jay-Z. So this track, if you've not seen it, you need to go check it out, man. Big up Travis Scott, bro. That's the Franchise, the music video, the track as well. The beat is just sick. But yeah, that's all about. That's my own. I mean, I don't know what to call it. I might call it an addiction at the moment because I've just been playing over my head. But let's talk about FIFA, man. We're going to talk about formation and custom tactics. Definitely, I can't tell you what custom tactics I use, but I can give you an idea of what might help you out to progress in FIFA 21. First things first, I wanted to show you guys customized controls. So this is on default. So normally when you start, you gotta hide that. And the only thing I would probably change would be true ball assist to be assisted, and just leave the rest the way they are. That's it. Loose ball, auto switch is much better for you to leave it on auto switch. You can do it on full auto, but your player's position will not. You will not really. Your players will be out of position a lot. Manual, probably the same sort of. You need to be a pro to be switching your players on manual, but I prefer air balls and loose balls. Okay, so this is your. Well, I'm not talking. Let me be clear. I'm not talking to pros and I'm not talking to average players, to be honest. But if you want to learn, if you might learn one or two things from what I'm about to show you. But this is more for people that might struggle with FIFA, and yeah, they just need to like get through the basics of what to do. But unfortunately, I have to start with the advanced settings for this configuration. Top left, we have edit teams, I'm playing on PS1. It's not PS1. I'm playing on PlayStation 4. I'm playing on PS1. I'm playing on PS4. On the right top left, you got edit game plan. If you press that, you have ultra attack, ultra defensive, attacking, ultra attack. Formation is the same for all of them. 4-3-3 attack, the same. Custom tactics, as you can see, is different. You have possession drop back for ultra defensive, possession balanced, possession pressure on heavy touch, custom pressure. That is default. If we get out from here, we have squad. So that's your team, that's your players, right? And you have formation. You have all the list of formations that you can use and test, whichever one fits your playing style. You have tactics, role play. I've never used this before, and instructions. So for me, I'm not going into the instructions. I never use instructions. I leave everything on default. But if you want to change your instructions, you click on your player Messi, and you have the option to change your support runs to drift wide, balance width, stay central, depending on what you want. But me, I leave mine on default. Everything is all on default. So that is that's done. Instructions I don't do, roles I don't do. So we're going to go to formation. So this is going to be advanced. Yeah, so I'm just going to go through a few formations, and these formations used to exist in previous games. I'm talking about games of the past, winning 11-4, mostly pro. I got a lot of formations to play with when it came to Pro Evolution back in the day, but everything has changed now. But you can still move your players around and still get these formations to work. So the first formation I usually used back in the day was 5-2-1-2. So if I go to 5-2-1-2, I'm sorry, this is going to be a long video, to be honest. It's going to be a long video, so yeah, so just have that in mind. So I'm going to go 5-2-1-2, yeah, and you're going to go to squad, and what I do is, this is just proper advanced settings when it comes to formation and tactics. So you move your player, I move my player. Most times it has to be give you an option of striker or left side, so you're going to choose left side, right side, and this is going to be center forward. You can play this as cam, but I play on center forward, and I have to drop these guys back to right center back, left center back, and I'm going to drop these guys to left center midfield and left center midfield. There's another thing you need to notice, you need to be aware here as well, is your right wing back. You can actually bring them closer and change them to left back, because you're going to make them more compact when it comes to this kind of formation. So right back, this is one formation that I used to use back in the day. So it depends, you can still play around this is, I can't go into details of what you can do based on position, but this is just one of them basics of one formation that was good as well. I don't use this formation again, but sometimes I do, but not all the time. Another formation is 3-1-2-1-3. 3-1-2-1-3. So that is let's see which one is close. Okay, so let's use this. So this 3-4-3. So we're going to score the squad. And this formation back in the day is just almost similar, but this time around you have to move your player closer. And it depends, you can actually play them left side or left wing. You can either play them left wing, which I think is a bit better though. So you don't have them very compact. You have other options to like play wide. You bring these guys to left midfield. You still have the option, you know, if you want to make them very compact, you can bring them close, much closer, and that will make them, you see, that will bring them to left center midfield. I won't recommend you playing left attacking midfield. It should just be very congested, like you won't have options. So it depends, that you can play left center midfield, or you can actually play them left midfield and right midfield, because you have options. I prefer 3 at the back, but nowadays I've drifted more to 4 at the back. But yeah, this is one formation I used to use back in the day as well. If you it's better you leave this on cam. You can still put this guy on center forward, so you have these 4 guys forward. But the thing about the game is, when you're attacking, these 4 guys are just inside the box. You have no option in midfield as much, so it's probably better you leave this guy on cam. So that is for this formation. Another formation again I used to use as well is 4-2-3-1. So let's look for what 4-3-2-1. If we have anything close to that, I have to 4-3-2-1. Okay, so we have a 4-3-2-1. But you know what? I have to use this 4-2-3-1. So what I used to do with this one as well, when it comes to edit positions as well, is like take this guy, put on the right side, and I'll bring this guy to set to right to left wing, and I'll bring this guy to, depending, I can put Messi on center forward, or I can leave him on left, but it's better you leave him on center forward because you have a left winger as well. So you can, because he's going to drift right side, you could put this guy on right attacking midfield because you already have Messi on center forward. So you can't have two camps. You can't have the center forward and the cam, like you can, but it's better you have this guy on right midfield so he can drift towards the right while Messi stays center, and Griezmann as well could actually drift a bit more to the wings when using this position. This formation I used to use a lot, even now, and I use it sometimes, but yeah, I used to use this formation a lot. And another formation is 4-3-1-2. So that formation, you're going to find it with this. So this is 4-3-1-2. So these guys they play center, left center midfield, right? But I drop defense to all the way down and drop this guy to center defensive midfield, drop this guy to left defensive midfield as well, and this guy I'm going to drop him back as well to defensive midfield, right defensive midfield. I'm going to drop continue to center forward. You can't get him, so you need to push the strikers forward. And you can get your center forward. So yeah, this is another formation I use as well. Like you said, your midfield is going to be, there's a way your midfield is going to be, but it doesn't really matter as much. Like, you have 3 forwards and your midfield, so this is a very good formation for counter attack. So yeah, this is one formation I use as well. So I'm going to talk about when I do formations like this, when I do custom tactical formations like this, I do not touch any of this. So I leave the ultra defensive, all this I leave on default. I don't touch anything. Reason is because the game can change. You could actually start losing, conceding. So instead of bothering too much about what you can do, the only thing you can do here at the moment is just to move your players around, because your players on balance now could move position, could change position. So you just go into your game plan, edit game plan, and just be sure that you have all your players at the right position. For everyone, you need to be sure that they're all at the right place that you want them. So that is it for formation. I'm going to leave this usually I leave it unbalanced, right? So if during game and everything is going bad, like things are going bad, I just start to drift, go defensive, attacking, go default, and see if I can actually save the game. Right, we're going to talk custom tactics. Whereas this is more advanced. So you have balanced style, you have heavy touch, pressure heavy touch, press after possession loss, constant pressure. For balanced, because of the formation you're using, I prefer to use this on heavy touch, to be honest, because pressure on heavy touch, they don't actually press hard, they don't lose position, they just cover. But if your opponent actually has a heavy touch on the ball, your players will actually go in to see if they can actually win the ball. If you have press after possession loss, your players will press. This is good it's good to use when you're using second man pressing. So, but just be mindful because your players will be out of position when you do this. So most times when I do second man press, unless I'm extremely desperate for the ball, I mostly do this on my opponent's half. I'd never do this on my own half unless I'm 99% sure I'm going to win the ball, so I second man press. But most times if I'm in my opponent's half, I second man press. For width, again, this is what you need to go around as well, depending on a good width. If I was going to do this formation, I would actually do it on 5, and I'll put this on 2, depth on 2, and that on 5. That's what I would do if I was using this custom tactics. Sometimes it's better to switch to balanced, but balanced depends on, it all depends. It's just better to go pressure on heavy touch, so at least your players maintain their formation, maintain their position, where they are. So we'll go to attacking. Most of the time I use long ball. Very rarely I use possession, but long ball is because I'm a fast-paced player, counter attack, so I use long ball most of the time. For width as well, I'm going to go 6. I'm going to go 5, and I'm going to go 3. Most times it's better to go 4, 2, then you have this on 5, and you have 3. You have this on 8. So that's what I do. This is what it is actually. I have 4, 2, and I have 5, and I have 8 in the box. This is very crucial as well when it comes to counters and free kicks. For corners, I'd advise to put it on 2, so that you don't have all your players, in your opponent's court. At least you can still cover your defense. If you put it on 3, there's a chance that your opponent might have a counter. So 2, free kick, because you're taking a free kick, it's fine. You can leave it on 3, but 2 is safe, but you can leave it on 3. So that is all I can say about custom tactics for advanced. If depending on you, I've tried so many based on these slides. If I want to be extremely defensive, I play 1. I've done this a lot. I played extremely down, and I played deep, drop back, and long ball. I will play no players in the front, but my width has to be balanced, and long ball. So I'm going to be extremely defensive, like drop back defensive. But if I have a chance to attack, I'll break for the attack as well. But you can still try this and see if it works for you. 4, 6, and leave it on heavy touch. Heavy touch drop back is okay, but try pressure on heavy touch. It's safer. Alright, so this is done with. Don't forget, it depends. For me, I leave this on default, just in case the game goes, doesn't go well. I can actually go on default and try to save the game, so I don't touch anything on this. Okay guys, so the second way to deal with your formation or custom tactics, like try to do a few changes as well, is leaving everything on default. Everything is on default, yeah. But what you're going to do when you're on your settings, like on your formation, is not, you could still use this formation, the default formation that the game has provided for you. You can still use that. My advice is always go through, don't touch your custom tactics when you're when you want to start this learning or whatever. Don't touch any custom tactics, just leave it on default. But you're going to test every formation to see what formation actually fits your playing style with the preset custom tactics that's been set already. Yeah, that is the first step of this. So leave your custom tactics, test all your formation, and see what formation works best for your playing style. That is extremely crucial. Let me leave it the way it is. Say this formation 5-2-3 is my best formation. So the next thing I'm going to do in game, so you're now in game, you're choosing your best formation and you're now in game. What you can do is to play with your style of defense and offensive style. Do not touch any of the slides, just leave the slides the way they are. just switch around it. Heavy touch, long ball. So work on your defense first. Make sure your defense is covered. So you playing the game, leave your attack just the way it is on default. Yeah, but work on your defensive first style. Put it on balance. See how your players, your team, the team defense plays on balance. Test it on heavy touch, possession loss, constant pressure. Don't even waste your time with constant pressure because your players will lose stamina. So just leave that. Don't even use constant pressure. Just try your drop back, balance, and heavy touch while you're in game. If your defense improves, then you can now go to your long ball and test which one fits your playing style. If you want more possession, you obviously have to play possession. If you want balance, the AI would attack when it feels like you have the best option. It's balanced, it does everything: long ball, fast build up, and possession. So balance is when the players, when the game feels like you have a chance to break for an attack, or it's best to break, do a fast build up. It just depends. Just test. Most times people will choose a specific playing style, so they know that they expect the players to go on long ball or specific fast build up possession. I would advise, if you're balanced, I think for me is just best. Just balanced is best. If you're not going to use balanced, for me I use long ball, but balanced is the best. If I go on defensive, I usually play on balanced as well. So I leave all this on balanced. So test this on balance while you're in game, yeah, and see how it feels. Then, if you feel that you're not getting the best results from this, you don't know whether it's the slides that is affecting your way of playing, you just, it's not working out for you. The next thing you can do is to switch to defensive. So it depends. If you're a defensive player or attacking player, you switch to your defensive custom tactics and put this on balanced as well, because the slides are going to be different. So put this on balance. I'm saying that balance is just the best. Let me just say it. Balance is just the best. So put it on balanced. Leave the slides the way they are and play and see if the game fits your playing style. It's extremely important that you have the best formation already. You have to choose a good formation that fits your playing style. So if you like the 4-2-3-1, that's good. If you like the wingers 4-3-3, that is fine as well. But pick your formation. That is very, very important. Pick your formation, then play with this, then switch, leave it unbalanced and play. Yeah, go on attacking, leave this, go to tactics, leave them the way they are, leave the slides the way they are, and put this on balanced. Because even though it's set on default for low ball for the AI, if you change this to fast build up or possession, it will change, the gameplay will change. But balanced is better because it will do what it has to do if it feels you have the opportunity to either attack or defend. So when you go through all this, bear in mind, I can't stress this enough, formation, man, you need to choose what formation is best for your playing style. For me, I have 2 formations already that work well with my playing style. I'll tell you at the end of the video, but choose what formation you like, what fits your playing style. Most possession players will prefer to play calm, people in the center, so they have more options of passing the ball. But fast build counter attack players that like fast football will play more wingers. So possession players will play more. I don't really play with cams in my in my game, but it depends. But choose your formation, go through the custom tactics, the slides, leave them the way they are, change your offensive style to balanced, change that to balanced, and yeah, see how it goes. And now we're going to talk about basics, the easy part of custom tactics and formation. It doesn't matter what club you support. This is simple, but it requires a lot of work, a lot of time to put into this. First things first, is you need to play the game. You have to first choose your formation, the best formation you want. Like, your favorite formation is always key. What formation you like the best. That's the thing about formation. You choose one formation today, it's not working, you change formation, you just keep changing formation. So you need to test all these formations and the custom tactics as it is now. Let's say from the beginning, right now, this is Paris on default, but Paris is not your favorite team. Yeah, so you want to test Paris to see if their formation or custom tactics work. Yeah, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go straight into the game with Paris, yeah, and play with Paris. The only thing you're going to do in game is you're going to leave the tactics on default. Don't change anything on default tactics, but switch your formation. Test every formation. So you don't have a favorite formation yet, but test on current formation, default, every formation, test it with this custom tactics on default. Yeah, only this custom tactics. You don't need to bother yourself about ultra defensive or defense attacking custom tactics. Don't worry about those ones. Just balanced custom tactics. Don't change anything, just leave it the way they are. The only thing you're going to be doing is switching formation. You're going to play a lot of matches, or you can still change them within the match. Choose one formation for your first half, change it, use another one for your second half. When you have chosen a formation that works well, because you need 3 formations for this particular settings, you need to get 3 favorite formations for this. So when you have your first, you need to get a defensive formation, you need to get a balanced formation, you need to get an attacking formation. This has to work with this custom tactics on default. Don't change anything, just leave them the way they are. So when you have your first formation, I'm going to just use an example: an attacking formation, balanced formation, and defensive formation. So you're going to go edit plan, defensive formation. You're going to choose your favorite formation that you have chosen. So let's go to attack. Let's use 4-3-3 attack. Yeah, so no, defensive formation actually. So we're going to go 4-3-3 defend. This is just an example. You're going to go 4-3-3 defend. Choose the formation. You're going to go to custom tactics on editing. You see where we are. We're still up on your top left. You have editing defensive, right? You're going to change all this to your balanced custom tactics. So let's just go through this so I can let you guys understand what's going on here clearly. So you're going to go to tactics, heavy touch. You have 6 sliders and you have 7. Here you have possession. You have 6 sliders and you have 8 slides, right? So 6. So 1, 6, and 2. Possession and heavy touch. So you're going to go to edit plan. When you've chosen your defensive formation, the formation you want to use for defensive, but your custom tactics, you're going to leave it on heavy touch. You're going to put it on 6. Was it 5 or 6? I can't remember again. Was it? Wait, hold on. Let's look at this again. So that's 6-1 and 6-2. Possession and heavy touch. So you're going to go on your defensive, go on your tactics, 6-1 possession. So you see, this is what it is on defensive, but you're going to change it to 2. So this is your balanced custom tactics, yeah, but your formation is 4-3-3 defensive. Okay, so you have your defensive set. Now you're going to go on balance. So balanced, we're going to go 4-3-3 holding or flat. Let's use 4-3-3 holding. So your attack, your balance formation is going to be 4-3-3 holding. Don't forget to switch your players. You have to go through every custom tactics. But you see the formation is different, so you need to switch your player. So now you've chosen your defensive formation, which is 4-3-3 defense. Your balance formation is 4-3-3 holding. So you're going to choose your attacking formation, and we can choose 4-3-3 attack. You go to your custom tactics and you do the same. Heavy touch, possession, 6. So you see that's on 9. You're going to put that down to 2. So all this, so this is your balanced custom tactics, but your formation is different. So within game, when you're playing in the game, you're going to be switching. So if you're playing your balance and it's not working, you switch your L3 stick to the left for defensive and switch to the right for attacking to see what formation, because it's the same custom tactics but the formation is different. You get, so that's how good this option is. This is what I use. And the thing is, if the game is not turning out as planned, at least you have 2 resources. You have ultra defensive default and you have ultra attacking default as well. So you can either if you want to be defensive, you can switch, or if you really need to attack, you can go ultra attacking, but leave this the way they are for players. So let's see. So we're going to switch these players and show you what actually happens if you don't actually Neymar. Most of the time I sub my keeper because keepers rarely get cards. So just take your keeper out. And there should be one more. I need to switch. Oh, Jesse still plays. Okay. Yeah, just leave it like that. Yeah. So yeah, that is what you can. So this is not your team. Paris is not your team. Say you're supporting Liverpool, right? But Liverpool, you've tested their custom tactics, only balanced custom tactics, and you've tested all formations with that custom tactics, and you're not getting the results you want. So you're going to try other clubs. You're going to try formations. You're going to try custom tactics, and see which one works for you. If you find the one that works for you perfectly, what you can actually do is you can actually go to, if you want to test your club. So let's say of course I'm a Man U fan, but I don't want to use Man U, see if it's going to mess up my what's it called, my default formation. You're going to go to customize, you're going to go to team sheet, and you can choose your club. Let's say this club, and you can go to import team sheet. You can go to France, you go to Paris, and you import. You can save it as Paris SG default. So this is Paris formation and custom tactics in your team. So even if you change, so now you can do what you have to do. Defensive, change your formation to, you understand what I mean? Change your custom tactics to heavy touch 6-1, possession 6-2. Get out from there. Go to attacking formation. Put it on your attacking 4-3-3 attack. Custom tactics heavy 1-1, possession 1-2. And your balanced, go to your custom tactics 1 and 2. Go to your formation and choose your formation, which is 4-3-3 holding. And yes, make sure that all your players are in their position. Go to your edit, your game plan edit. Make sure that your players are in the right position, because you know this formation is not the same. So make sure your players are at the right position. Leave it on default. Go to your ultra attacking, and yes, just make sure they're in the right position. So I don't know, do I actually have the time to show you this in game or something? But I don't know, do I actually need to you already know how to switch between defensive and attacking. So that is it. So these are the 3 ways you can go about dealing with your formation and custom tactics. So you don't need anyone telling you 3 is the best or 4 sliders is the best, recommending that drop back is like the OP. Nah, because for me to listen to someone that has to tell me what custom tactics or formation that they use, you have to have an extremely badass record. You have to have a bad record, that good record. Would you like to save team sheet? No. I want to share something with you guys and see. If you go online, most of us we know this anyways. You go to leaderboards and you switch to overall. Season top 100. So this is what we want to see. So these are the people that you need to ask advice from and know what exactly they are doing. This guy has dominated FIFA. For this name, the name might not be a bit familiar, but this flag, this guy has always been number 1, bro. So he has 126 wins, 4 draws and 7 losses. Yeah, these guys are smashing this game. Yeah. So these are the guys that you need to ask. These are the people that you should be asking what they do to be where they are. So yeah, that's all I can say about formation and custom tactics. If I'm going to recommend, 2 formations. So my first formation, which I set on defensive, is 4-3-2-1. This is my defensive formation. This is what I set on my defensive formation. On my balance formation, I'm using this formation, 4-3-3 flat. That is the formation I'm using on balanced. On attacking formation, I was actually using 4-2-4-2. 4-2-4. This was what I was using, but it's not working out. So another formation that I know that is actually good, and I think that's what I'm going to be using, is going to be the 4-2-2-2. This is a very good formation because you have that center is empty. So for my playing style, that middle, that center has to be vacant. So if I have a cam, it doesn't work for my playing style. They're too congested. So I need that space. You see that center? I need that space there. That's why I use 4-3-3 flat, because that center is vacant, and I'm using 4-3-2-1. That center is vacant. So yeah, that is for this formation. I've tried this formation. It's a good formation, but I'm not satisfied with the way it plays with the custom tactics I'm using at the moment. But I'm going to be testing this formation to see if it works. But that is it. That is all I can say about formation and custom tactics for FIFA 21. I just said I should break this up, give you an idea of how you can go around it. Before now, when I play FIFA, I usually play a full Premier League tournament with the AI on Legendary, right? And I'd use the opportunity to test every custom tactics and formation as well. Before I go and play online, I need to be extremely sure. So there's a lot of matches, that 38 matches. You have that chance to test all these formations and whatever custom tactics as well that you want to use. So yeah, I just hope this video was helpful. If you learned something, please smash like to the video. That will really help me a lot. Subscribe as well if you're new. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you have any questions, just leave it down in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help and guide you through. But the only thing I want from you is to stop watching tutorials of people telling you what is the best custom tactics and formation. Even when I play FIFA, I don't use junking or what they call it. I know there's jockey or joking or whatever. I don't even use it. I don't know how to use it. I know where the button is, but I never use it. I rely more on cover. When I'm defending, I prefer to like cover. I don't go in, I cover, and I use my circle button, which is supposed to be press, right? So I use my yeah, so I leave my square on slide. So it's tackling, push or pull when chasing. So this is what I use most of the time. I don't use jockey. I don't use this. I don't use jockey. Contain I use just to cover. And second team, so teammate contain, I use this as well just to put pressure on the person, but this I use in my opponent's half. I never risk this on my own half because they get out of position. If you know about team press, like second player press, you know that never everybody just gets out of position, so it's something you need to be extremely sure when you're using second man press. And this as well, I never use this. I don't know how to use jockey. I don't know how to use it. But yeah, that's it, guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I think I might play an online seasons match later in the week. I've just been extremely busy. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe, be smart, take it easy, and peace.